Welcome back to another episode of Cry Finance. I'm your host, Cry. Today's October 27th, 2024. The markets are closed because it is a Sunday. They will be opening, at least the futures markets, around 6 p.m. today. And if you don't like that, you can cry about it. But remember, emotions don't belong in these markets. So let's leave all that noise behind and dive in to what's going to happen this week. The top reports for this week are going to be the GDP report coming out on Thursday for quarter three. And we'll see what that does for the market. I really don't think it's going to move the needle too much because there's just so much focus on the presidential election. As well, the same thing goes for the Friday report, which is the non farm payrolls number. And there are some other reports coming out, but they're more like window dressing compared to these two big reports. Now, yes, this could influence the Fed's future decision making, but really, again, not going to move the needle too much as far as the broader markets because we're really just zeroed in right now on this presidential election. Excuse me. So this is the last week the last full week before the presidential election of the U.S. And we will see how things unfold going forward after the presidential election. But right now, everybody, the markets included, are focused on this presidential election. As far as the markets go this week and how they will be acting, I would say that on the downside for the S&P, you might see 5760 get revisited. That has been a hot topic for the S&P, but I do not think that if we go to that level that we will go lower. I do believe that it would be a bounce scenario. Any real drop that comes on these markets would be a dip buy scenario. So I really do not think that this is a bearish time in the market. Now, you may see volatility, you may see that as bearish, but I, for one, would not agree. I think that this is a buying opportunity in the short term, very short term, because after the election, we do not know, as we discussed, I believe it was last week, that we do not know how the economic policies will tamper with the market's balance. Okay, I know that's a lot to digest, but that is really what this market is looking for. What are the economic policies going forward? What are the fiscal policies going forward? And how will they affect this market? Really quick, I just wanted to touch on Ion Q. It was a big winner this past week, and I do believe that it can be an even bigger winner this week. They've got or they're participating in a big quantum computing conference, and I think that everyone should be paying attention to this because quantum computing, as someone just recently told me, if someone can, or a company, an entity can crack the code on quantum computing and make it viable, that will be the keys to the kingdom. So let's just really focus in on quantum computing. Maybe not all focus on IonQ. There are some other names that really deserve some attention, but IonQ is they're what I would consider the flagship quantum computing company right now. So stay tuned for that during the week. That's it for tonight's episode. I hope to see you guys all tomorrow. I believe I will. So, as always, I'm Cry. See you tomorrow, and have a good night.